everybody, you are welcome to Elizabeth Meeks Diary. Today I want to tell a story. Yes, you had me right. Today I'll be telling a story. So instead of giving air tips today, as you can see, I'm telling a story. The title of my story today is A King and Three Wives. Somebody told me the story when I was a child, and the moral of the story stick with me even up to now that I'm in my mid-30s. So guys, listen up, sit down and enjoy the story. Once upon a time, there lived a really handsome and a young king. This guy was so handsome, he was so rich, everybody wanted to get married to him. He decided to marry a lady he loved so much, he used to love her very, very much. They got married. After some few years, he fell out of love with this woman because she started aging as he was aging as well. So he felt until old, she had wrinkles, she wasn't looking as beautiful as she used to, she had kids, she had saggy body, she wasn't as beautiful as she used to. So the king thought to himself, you know what, I don't love you anymore, I'm going to choose a second wife. So guess what, he got married to a second wife. Yes, he got married to a second wife. He treated the second wife even much better than his first wife. As I said, the first wife was old. They got old together, and the second wife was actually in her middle age, not as old as the first wife. So he would show off this lady to his friends. He actually loved going out with the second wife compared to the first wife. He's a show-off kind of king. Anyway, so he thought to himself, if I can get a second wife, I can definitely get a third wife. So he got married to this beautiful young lady. She was very, very beautiful. She was actually 18 when she got married to the king. He was so boastful of this lady because she was very beautiful. She had it all in terms of her body. She has a perfect shape. She has everything a man actually loves. She was very beautiful. So she became the show-off in the kingdom. The king will literally show her off to everyone in the entire kingdom. This was his dear wife. This was the person he loved. No matter what she asked for, the king would actually give everything to her. So he actually despised the first wife. He totally forgot about the first wife. Even to the point that he used to eat together, the first, the second wife, the third wife, and also the king. He actually turned the first wife to a slave. She became a slave. She started to serve the second wife and the third wife because those were the people that were so dear to the king, not the first wife anymore. So she became very, very old and very, very malnourished because the king wouldn't let the lady eat. She was totally stressed, taking care of the second and the third wife. Anyways, this went on for so many years. The king suddenly got a bad news, and the bad news was he had only 2 days to live. He was given 48 hours to live. The king was like, how can I have only 48 hours to live? I'm so rich, I have everything. Can I buy more life with my money? He was told by the doctors, we're sorry, but you have only 48 hours and no amount of money can actually buy you more time. So he became very weak. He thought to himself, let me call my third wife. So he called out the name of the lady, the third wife, and she came to the king, and the king said, I was given 48 hours to live, but I love you dearly. I've given you everything within those 10 years that we've been together. I've literally paid your bride price, I bought you cars, I bought you houses, I did everything for you. But I need you to just do one thing for me for the first time. And the lady said, what do you want, my king? He said, I want you to join me in the afterlife. She said, in the afterlife? She laughed. She said, king, isn't it obvious to you that I was with you just because of your wealth and because of your status? There's no way I want to follow you to the afterlife. You're in your 60s. I am still very young. I'm in my 20s. I don't want to go with you in the afterlife. I'm so sorry. I never loved you that much. As a matter of fact, I was actually messing around with the slaves that were even younger. So I don't even like you that much. I wish you even have less than 24 hours to live. The king got so depressed. He was so sad, he started to cry. And the time started going down. When it got to 40 hours, he called his second wife. He said, "Dear second wife, I've loved you all those years that you were with me. I cared for you, I took care of you. I even took care of your family. I just have one request." And she said, "What do you want, my king?" The king said, "I want you to join me in the afterlife." She also laughed. "Ha ha ha. Oh, you king, how can you be so foolish? How do you think I'm gonna follow you to the afterlife? I'm sorry, after you die, I'm gonna remarry and move on with my life. I'm not gonna follow you to the afterlife. I'm sorry." So guess what? The king started to cry. The third wife and the second wife, they obviously left. Now, the king had only 20 hours to leave. He has been hearing a silent voice, but he wasn't sure where the voice was coming from. And lo and behold, he opened the closet. It was his first wife. This lady could barely stand. She was so malnourished. She was so thin. She was looking so unhealthy. She was actually dying, almost dying herself. The king said, "Why are you in the closet?" And she said, "Oh, my king, have you forgotten? The day I was serving you a meal and I poured the meal on the floor, you got so angry and you locked me in this closet." The king said, "You've been in this closet for 20 days? She said, "Yes, my king." And she said, "King, I was listening to the conversation. I am willing to follow you to the afterlife." The king said, "What? You want to follow me to the afterlife? After all I did to you, after I treated you so badly, after I locked you in the closet, after I made you malnourished, after I made you starve for so many days, in order for me to be with my other wives, you still want to follow me to the afterlife?" She said, "I will go with you to the afterlife, even to life or to places after the afterlife. That is how loyal I am." The king started crying. He said, "I don't deserve you, my queen. I don't deserve you. You are the most loyal person I've ever met." The king said, "How dare me? I despised you. I totally ignored you, not knowing you are the all with me, even in sickness, even in death." The king started crying. He felt so disappointed in himself. He was so ashamed, he couldn't even look at the face of the first wife. So everybody, those three wives represent three different things in this life. The third wife represents status. It represents economical status, social status, material things, our clothes, our watches, our cars, our wealth, everything we have, our money. These are the things we cannot take with us. Yes, they look so beautiful. That Ferrari, that Porsche, that whatever it is, that Maserati, those things that look so beautiful, we want to show them off, just like the third wife. But guess what? We cannot take any of those things with us when the time comes. We have to leave them behind. Sadly, we have to leave them behind. That is who the third wife represents. Now, the second wife, the one that was energetic, she wasn't too old, neither was she too young. She represents some of our friends and family. Those are the people that we try to please. Those are the people that we do anything and everything for. Even though we're breaking our back, we'll still try to please them. These are the people I will call. We are the people that we call the people pleaser. We want to please them. We want to do everything for them. But the thing is, the more we please those people, the more unsatisfied they are. The more we break our back for them or do things for them, the more they talk very nasty things about us. The more they say things behind our back. Those are the people who will do anything and everything for. Even our spouses, even our parents, our brothers and sisters. These are the people that we break our back and do so many things for, that we actually forget about ourselves. We do so much for those people that we actually forget ourselves. Now, the dearest of them all, wife number one, that represents our conscience, our soul, our temple. The most important thing we forget, the most important thing we neglect. We go about our ways trying to please people, trying to buy those fancy things. We try to make a lot of money. We try to please our friends, our family. We try to please our spouse. But we actually forget ourselves. We forget about our mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health. We forget about everything, even our conscience. We do things, that actually contradict our moral bringings, our morality, but we still do them anyways because we want to please other people. We want to please wife number 3. We want to please wife number 2, and we actually forget about ourselves. We take care of anything and everything, and we forget ourselves, up to the point that we get to the breaking point that we can no longer take it, and the physical body starts to get weak and weak. And when it's time for the physical body to go, the emotional sets in, the spiritual, the conscious, the things you have actually done, the past, they'll start catching up with us, and you'll be like, it's not actually about how long I have lived. It's actually about how I live and what I leave behind. So guys, take care of your temple. Most importantly, your spiritual being, your soul, your conscience. If you have done anything and everything to please anyone and they're still not satisfied, it is completely okay. It is now between you and the Almighty God. And when it's time to go, you will actually smile and be ready to go. Because guess who is going to go with you? It's your soul, your temple, your body is going to go with you. As a matter of fact, that physical body we're going to leave behind is actually what is going to die. But what is going to go up there with us, so to say, is that soul, our conscience, things we have done. So it's okay. People can actually say negative things about you because you're busy taking care of yourself. You're busy taking care of things that are priority, things that are more important. You forget about material things. You're not so materialistic. You're not focusing on things that will actually fade away, things you cannot take with you. Eventually, when it's time to die or when it's time to go, you actually smile and you say, my dear soul, my dear conscience, it's time to go up there. With that said, guys, that is today's story. If you guys enjoyed today's story, I'd like to tell more stories. Note, guys, we focus on the dead or people that have died. We mourn them for so many years that we even forget to check on the ones that are alive, the ones that are near us, or the ones that are not so close, but they are far away. We forget to check on them. We don't even know how much time they have left. But we're busy spending money, especially someone like me that is from Africa. We spend a lot of money on the dead. When people have died, we come together, have a big funeral. But the thing is, if we've actually done a lot for those people when they're alive, when they're gone, it shouldn't matter. I always tell people, if I die any day and any time, just put me in a box. I don't want any ceremony. Just send me off with my conscience. And also with your conscience, do not forget about the people that are still alive while you're busy mourning the dead. With that said, guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comment below. Okay, I'm out. Bye-bye.
Cupid made a shot straight into my heart.